What's up, boys? Welcome back to the vlog. Happy New Year. The first vlog of 2025 is coming at you with an X2 M35i. It's brand new. They've never made this car before. It's super unique, different, and I'm curious about it. So it kind of reminds me of the X1 35i that we did. That was the first edition 35i that the X1s ever made, that BMW ever made for the X1s. And the seats are the same thing. There's no difference on the seats. They're pretty much the exact same thing. The interior is actually very similar to the X1. Steering wheel is pretty much the exact same thing with your displays. And this is pretty much your your center console area is pretty much the same. I am not a fan of this now that I'm seeing this for the second time. Actually third, because they have it in the X3s as well. It's not a huge fan of it. It's kind of cheap and clunky to me in my opinion, but I do like how you have all the space under here though. That is pretty sick. They're made with the 2.0 liter 4-cylinder, which I don't know what that motor is exactly called. So if you guys know, just comment down below. I don't exactly know what it's called, but it is a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder making 312 horsepower, similar to the other 35i's, and it has 295 foot-pounds torque. So the real show of this car is the outside. The driving part we'll see, we'll test out. Watch the outside. So it's obviously satin silver. I forgot the color code, but it's, so forgive me on that, but it's a satin silver. It looks so much darker all outside. I've only seen this car inside. This is crazy. So as you can see, it is a pretty sick looking coupe SUV. You have this crazy little lip spoiler that they put on. It's almost like a deck lid that they put onto the trunk, which is so sick. I love the taillights, the rear diffuser with the quad tips. It is a mean looking car. I love the way it slopes down. And this thing is really cool looking. Hate the new BMW wheels. BMW has just not been doing good on wheels, even on their true M cars like the M2s, 3s, 4s, just not liking the wheels anymore. But the front end is also really pretty. Not as clean as the rear end. It's kind of similar to the other new BMW SUVs. It's basically a 2 Series just in an SUV, and it's really, really sick looking. And I'm super excited to kind of see what it drives like because it looks 60 grand. Does it drive like 60 grand? All right, so right now we're in personal mode, which is essentially your comfort or your normal mode. But we'll see what the 4-cylinder sounds like. We'll see how it handles, see how she just drives on a daily basis for our daily consumer, and see what this car's like. Let's do it and drive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get some pep. I mean, it's a nice looking car, I tell you though. Put some BBSs on this thing, lower it a little bit, tuner this thing out. This might be one of the sexiest looking sleepers you'll see. Tune it. Just saying, boys. It's very quiet in here. Like, I think I have start stop on, I think. I don't know. It's not really loud. It's like very quiet. But drive is very cozy. That's in personal mode. I'm assuming sport gets louder, so we can put it in sport now actually. See what it does. See if it gets maybe a little louder. Okay, okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. I think it's got fake pops, boys. Yeah. Yeah, it's got the fake pops, boys. I don't think those are real. Those don't sound real. They sound like they're coming through the speakers. Okay, okay. Definitely a little laggy, but it's not terrible. It definitely drives a little better in drive rather than sequential, but I don't know how often. Yeah, those are fake pops. Officially fake. I heard them coming through the speakers. New technology with these fake pops, boys. Not a fan of it. Don't know why they do that. All right, let's try this. They even have the fake farts coming through the speakers. The engine sounds pretty good. I can't deny the engine actually sounds okay. It's a solid sounding 4-cylinder. I mean, it goes. It's not super slow, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like 300 horsepower. It feels a little slower. I think it's because it's not aggressive. It's not like, it doesn't, there's no jolt factor, there's no punch. It kind of just cruises. Like I'll do something here where I'll just downshift. We'll do from first. Let me go to first, BMW. Ready? Like, not bad. I mean, it's just, there's no aggression to it. It doesn't, yeah, it's not super punchy. I think it's because of a smaller turbo. It's not super throaty, it's not super punchy, but I mean, it goes. It's not super slow. I guess for a smaller SUV, it's pretty quick. I mean, it's not like a generic SUV on the road where it's just, you know, 200 horsepower and doesn't do anything. Like, it goes. So I will definitely say that. I mean, it definitely hauls. It's just not, it's not aggressive. Like the X1 35i was a little bit more aggressive in my opinion. Like that car had a little bit more, punch to it. Okay, it's not bad. I you know, it's not my favorite, but it's not bad. Do I feel like it's worth about 60K? It doesn't feel like a true M. It doesn't feel, it feels too computerized. It doesn't feel like M's used to. You know, like even the X3 M50, that car was pretty sick, but didn't feel true. It was definitely quick though. That X3 was pretty clean, I will say that. But it wasn't, you know, it was definitely had more of a, definitely had more torque, more punch. I think that's the one thing this car's missing. I think it's just missing higher end torque. It's got less torque than it has horsepower. Most cars have more torque than they have horsepower. This car has more horsepower than torque. You don't typically see that, because you don't really feel horsepower all that much compared to torque. You feel torque more than anything because that's what's pulling you. Torque is what's dragging you. Torque is what's making you go back and forth in your seat. Why doesn't it let me go to first? I was in first gear, we're going 22 miles an hour. As I went down, it put me back into second. Very non-aggressive car we have here, which is odd for a BMW M. For an M Sport type of car or an M car, you don't typically see that. Let's just go all balls to the wall. Whoa. That's balls to the wall. I just don't see it. I'm trying. I mean, it goes. It hauls. It just doesn't shift aggressive, and it's not really quick. It's like I said, when it builds up, it goes. And I mean, it's kind of fun to drive. I'm not gonna deny that. It's pretty cool. It's just, but it's not excellent. You know, I don't see 58K in this. I see 45, 40. Yeah. But I don't see 60. So we'll do a little bit of a POV drive in it so you guys can see it from this perspective. It's not bad. Personally, if you're looking for a car that wants to get you from point A to point B in style and have a little bit of power, this car is actually kind of perfect for that. It's not gonna be flashy in power. It's not gonna be super loud or super crazy, but it's gonna look nice on the road and it's gonna get you to where you need to get to, kind of in a little bit of style. You can hear the stock intake, that's sick, with the window open. But it does get you from point A to point B in some kind of style. So maybe that's why they priced it at this. I still don't agree with the price point, but I like the look of the car. I think the car looks really sick. And I think that's what kind of helps the car a little bit, because if this car didn't look amazing, I don't think people would care about it at all. There's a little bit of aggression. I've been waiting for something to kick. There we go. There's a little bit in there somewhere. There's a little bit. Not bad. Still not like throwing me back, but it did all right. hear the stock intake. That is sick. Usually you can't hear stock intakes that much. All right, boys, we'll test out some handling on this road as usual. I have to keep it in second. Pretty good. Pretty good hook. That was from second. It looks cool, and it's got cool seats. That's it. So here's a car and drive sport. Personally, I think it's better in this mode. Like driving it in drive and not paddle mode, which is odd because when I drive cars, I always say the paddle mode is more aggressive and definitely better to drive in if you're an enthusiast. But like, to be honest with you, just drive the car and drive in sport. It feels way better. Like, I don't really have a lot of complaints with that, to be honest with you. Like, it drives really smooth. Clean. Like I said, don't hate it, but don't love it. Wow, that is one hell of a red mark. Don't hate it, but don't love it. It was interesting. You know, it was very interesting for what it was. I was, like I said, a little disappointed. Thought it'd be better, but it wasn't the worst thing I've ever driven. It's not too bad. But boys, that is gonna be in today's video. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you get notifications whenever I post videos. This year is gonna be a fun year. We have a lot of content coming. We have a new build. We're continuing an older build that we have had on the channel for the last almost year or so. And we have a bunch of new car content coming. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a different style than you've ever seen before. So be prepared, it's gonna be a little different, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Same me, but different styles. So just enjoy the ride, enjoy the content. I'm super excited to put all this content out for you guys. I'm generating a lot right now, and they will be distributed coming out in the next couple of weeks and continuing for the rest of the year. So get excited, get hyped. Real Speed & Co 2025, next gen. We're working on it, boys. I'm super excited for all this content. I'm super excited to showcase it to you guys. So make sure, you're gonna wanna make sure to hit that subscribe button. And boys, as always, we will see you in the next one. Peace out.